6 chill, for real.
Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up, who gon' rouse me up? Alistair Crowley, your time is up. It's a big mess, I gotta clean it up. Esau, the end of my kingdom's up. On the eagle's neck, I'll press. I woke up from my rest. My rulership is up next. No vex. Judah.
Just ask. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna do our little intro for everybody getting in online, and then we open it up for questions to everybody. So let's do that real quick. Let's go into our little announcements. Our announcements is important because we are trying to remind everybody that we have a high holy days coming up. So we got coming up on 9/16, we got the memorial blowing of the trumpets. Tiana, 9/16. The trumpets is going to be on 9/16. So the trumpets is one day. And of course we can go over these holy days and let y'all know what it commemorates and go to the scriptures and all that. And then on 9/25 is the Day of Atonement. And then 9:30 to 10:07 is the Feast of Tabernacles. So 9/16 is the trumpets. It's one day. 9/25 is the fast. No food, no water. The Day of Atonement. And then 9:30 to 10:07 is Feast of Tabernacles. All right. So those are the 3 holy days coming up this month. Tabernacles trumpets 9/16. Day of Atonement 9/25, and then 9:30 to 10:07 is the Feast of Tabernacles. Now, remember, we're not gonna have class during trumpets and during the tabernacles, all right? Because we're gonna be commemorating the High Holy Day, all right? And usually that means when everybody gets off of work, that's when we get together. So that's why we won't be having class, all right? All right. Oh, huh? Yeah. Let me. Yeah, go ahead. Here you go. So if y'all don't know by now, we out here in Norfolk, and we do have classes Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays from 7 to 9, and then we're starting our Sabbath morning class tomorrow from 10 to 2. Sabbath morning class from 10 to 2, and then at 2 we go out and we go street speak. So y'all, Hebrew Academy, that's one of the requirements. You got to be here for Sabbath morning class. You need the reading. You need to know the laws. You need to know the scriptures that go over that. All right. So we also have classes in Houston. San Antonio is online. They got some beautiful classes. So if you missed their classes, go back and you can go over the different topics they're going over also. If you want to get fed, man, this is how you do it. Remember, you did it in the world, you got to do it for the Most High. All right. If you want garments, check out our website. All right. You can go on there and check out our website, and you can get your fringed up, your shirts, your garments, your headbands, your tunics, all that stuff. All right. I said about Hebrew Academy. Hebrew Academy is in Houston. It's Tuesdays and Thursdays. So Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. They do Tuesdays and Thursdays. We do Wednesday here.
Excuse me.
Wow. What else we got here? My number's up there on the screen. And if y'all brothers and sisters want to help out the school, all that information is up there. If you want to help us keep these schools running, we appreciate it. All right. Other than that, let's go ahead and get into tonight's class. See if anybody got any questions online. Yesterday we had the brother Joseph come through and he had questions, so we went over that. So we want to open it up to see if y'all got anything. Don't be afraid.
Yeah, we got one question online already.
We ain't tripping. Yeah.
Yeah, this is from 12 Tribes, Wake Up, Zion, Rise. It says, Shalom, Most High bless. What does Deuteronomy 33 and verse 17? He didn't finish that.
Deuteronomy 33 verse 17.
Yeah, what does Deuteronomy 33 and 17? If you can expound on your question, 12 Tribes, Wake Up, please. Yeah, Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 17.
Well, while we're waiting for him to come back, let's just go over it. Let's go over the basic understanding of this. Go ahead. Go to Deuteronomy 33 verse 16. You know what? I want you to start at Deuteronomy 33 verse 13.
Yeah, his is in verse 17.
I know. His is in verse 17. But to get a little context of what we're reading about, we're going to start at verse 13. Go ahead and get that.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 13.
And of Joseph he said, blessed of the Lord be his land. For the precious thing of heaven, for the dew, and for the deep that croucheth beneath.
Right, so Joseph had two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. Okay, today we know them as Manasseh being the tribe of so-called Cubans, and Ephraim being the so-called Puerto Ricans. We say so-called because that's not our names. All right, we're not blacks, we're not Hispanics. Those are names they put on us, right? So this is specifically his question, and this is why we had to go up so we can understand what this was talking about. This is talking about Joseph, okay, and his blessing. When you go over Deuteronomy 33, it says, verse 1, this is the blessing wherewith Moses, the man of the Most High, blessed the children of Israel before his death. You jump back down, he goes through all the tribes, and he's specifically talking about the tribe of Joseph, which we know when we go to the Revelation 7, there's no tribe of Joseph within the 12 tribes. Why? Because Ephraim and Manasseh took the place of Joseph. And that's why we have the 12 tribes of Israel. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar, right?
Time.
Go ahead.
Verse 14.
And
for the precious fruits brought forth
right
by the sun,
right,
and for the precious things put forth by the moon.
Right. So verse 13, and he said unto Joseph, bless of the Lord be his land. So the Most High is going to bless Ephraim in his land, right? For the precious things of heaven, for the dew, for the deep, I cross mine out. What does that say?
Coucheth.
That coucheth beneath. So the Most High was going to bless the land. And what is he going to bless him with? Go ahead.
Verse 14. For the precious fruits brought forth by the sun, and for the precious things put forth by the moon.
Right. And these are the blessings the Most High gave us. Right. Obviously, these blessings didn't stay consistent because what happened? We were cursed. We disobeyed the commandments of the Most High. We didn't listen, and he put all the nations over us. So it went from the Babylonians, the Persian, the Medes, the Greeks, the Romans, all the way up till America, right? We've been in captivity. So historically, if you wanted to know if the Bible was factual, you gotta know history. So in history, how do we know that the Bible is not like some fairy tale? It's not a comic book. Because when you look at history, you can go and read about Alexander the Great in history, right? Well, you read about him in the Bible. You can go right to the Apocrypha and read about Alexander the Great. If you know about history, you can read about the Babylonian Empire. Just Google Babylonian Empire. They came into power in 586 BC. You go right to Daniel's, and Daniel show you that we went into captivity in 586 BC. Right? We went in, even before that, the Assyrian Empire, then the Persian and Mede Empire, then the Greek Empire. Everybody knows the Greeks, they ruled, right? All the way to the Romans, right? So this is how we know that the Bible is substantiated by facts. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
And for the chief things of the ancient mountains.
Right.
And for the precious things of the lasting hills.
Right. So remember, we're talking about Joseph, his land, and what was going to happen and be given to him. How do we know that they were blessed? Right? So he's just talking about the land so far. Go ahead.
Verse 16. And for the precious things of the earth and the fullness thereof.
Right. These are the things that was promised to us. You know, the precious things of the earth. You know, when you look at the Cubans and the Puerto Ricans, when you look at them, let's deal with the Puerto Ricans. What did they call the land when they got there?
Port of Riches.
They called it the Port of Riches. Why? Because they seen the natives playing with diamonds as with marbles.
Yep.
Rubies as with marbles. They were like, this is a rich port. So they called them the Puerto Ricans. But that's a made up name. Like, that's like if we go there now and be like, man, they balling. What's their nationality? They balling. Like, that somebody just made that up and then called them the people that. Just like you're called black. First of all, you're beige and he's a little chocolate, right? And I'm a little caramel. Nobody's black. But they looked at us and said, okay, how do we bring these people down by speaking derogatorily to them, right? You're black, you're nasty, you're ugly, you're filthy, you're dirty. Oh, who are you? Oh, they just those niggas that lived on the rich port.
Yep.
That's not a nationality. That's not an identity. All right? I'm going to answer the question, though. All right? Jumping back. Go ahead.
Time. And for the good will of him.
Right.
That dwelt in the bush.
Right. Go ahead.
Let the blessing come upon the head of Joseph. And upon the top of the head of him that was separated from his brother.
Right. So you're talking about Joseph and what? The 12 tribes, right? You're talking about his children. Go ahead.
Verse 17. His glory is like the firstling of his bullock.
Right. So what is he saying? What is he saying? He's saying what happens. Remember, we were dealing with cattle back in the days. All right. Our income was about cattle. We were dealing with herds. So when you looked at the firstling of the flock, right? That was what to you? A blessing. It was money. Right? Well, I know we don't think like that today. You think a job, right? But well, he's saying his glory is like the firstling of this bullock, meaning that his beauty, his glory is like that blessing that will come from his animals, right? From his finances. Go ahead.
And his horns are like the horns of a unicorn.
Right. And when you look up the word unicorn, we looked it up. Right. It says, I think it said they're like a ram's horn. All right. And you can double check that. In the Hebrew, it's like a ram's horn. So basically, he's just saying that when you would look at these animals, right, in the blessed state of being blessed with income, your household growing, this how Joseph would be. They would be blessed. Go ahead.
With them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth.
Right.
And they are 10,000 of Ephraim. And they are the 10,000 of Manasseh.
So he's saying what it is. They're going to be pushed to the end of the earth. Where's Israel scattered? To the end of the earth, right? Where the Puerto Ricans and Cubans at? In the end of the earth, right? Wow. They're all scattered everywhere. But now let's take away Puerto Ricans and Cubans. Let's look at Ephraim and Manasseh. A lot of people that you don't understand who they are. They're of the tribes of the nation of Israel, right? Isaiah 11:11 said we would be scattered where? Of all nations, kindreds, and tongues. So this goes right with all the other prophecies was that we would be scattered through the ends of the earth. So that's all it's saying here. That Ephraim and Manasseh, they'd be pushed to the ends of the earth just like all the other tribes. All right? So hopefully that helped out with that question. What other question we got on there?
No other question.
All right, we'll open it up. Brother, did you have anything? All right, well, you know about us? Okay, just to give you a little summary. We don't have to take the whole class, but just to give you a little summary. So we don't consider ourselves religion. We consider ourselves people coming back to their true culture. So when we say Hebrew Israelite, Hebrew being our language, and Israelite is our nationality. Just like I said, we're called all these names, but biblically you don't read these names. So the Bible, you were told, is a book to where you open it up, you give your money to the churches, and you dance and sing. When you read in the Bible, you find out it's totally different. That all that what religion has told us is opposite of what the Bible says. So from Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, from bunnies laying eggs, from how they whatever they believe, and a lot of concepts they believe is really off. Like there's no such thing as fat white man coming down your chimney. Christ wasn't born on September 25th. Nobody said to put a Christmas tree in your house. All these things that turn a lot of our people away from the Bible is because they don't read the Bible. So a lot of our people like shun from the Bible because they're like, yeah, the Bible's a comic book. It's not real. This person says this person says that. But the problem is a lot of our people don't even read the Bible to know what was real or not. So coming back to our true identity, we have to read. We have to understand what the Most High said. And you find out that it's a history book of us and all the things we've done over time to where the Most High had to send his son and pay for what sins we committed. And he gave us grace. But we've been in captivity. We've been in slavery. All this history is right in here in the Bible. So we're those people coming back to our true identity, our true nationality, and how to really spiritually worship the Most High. We want a lot of things to change in life. It's not going to happen unless you do it the Most High's way. Our people want families and communities and neighborhoods. We want to stop getting shot down in the street. Well, what if I showed you right out of the Bible that he already prophesied 1,000 years ago that was going to happen? And not only did it happen in 2020, it happened in 1620. Not only did it happen in 1620, it happened in 333 BC, 70 AD, 586 BC, 720. It was concurrent all the way through history because the Lord's ass whooping was not going to stop until we got right. And we're back here again. But the good thing about it is that we're in the entail of what the Most High is dealing with us, dealing with the world on. So, it's a lot. It's a lot. How do we know for fact the Bible is the black man's book? How do we know these things? Because when you read in the Bible, I want you to just go to one scripture for me real quick. And we went over this the other day for, not you, but another brother. And we could go over it again, but I'm just going to touch on the main point. Go to Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. And we usually go over the whole chapter. But how do we know the so-called black man in America is the true Israelites? How do we know that they're not African? Give me the definition of Ham real quick.
Come.
I'm going to show you something. And what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to show you historically. Give me your Babylon the Timbuktu real quick. I'm going to give you a little history real quick to show you that this is, a lot of historians know this, and it links right up with the Bible. Read the Zonovan, the definition of Ham.
Come. This is the definition of Ham. The youngest son of Noah.
So, Ham, Noah had Shem, Ham, and Japheth, right? Our people are trying, a lot of our people, they try to identify what Ham, or you hear Kemet or Kemet. That means African. So Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Out of Ham, a certain people came, right? Which was not of our people. Just because we're dark skinned and our people are different shades of brown, that don't mean that we're all African. Because Indians are dark skinned. Hindus, the Hindu Indians, they're dark skinned, right? You got Chinese, when you go into the Philippines and things of that, you got a lot of people over there that are dark skinned. Just because you're dark, that don't make you of the same nation. So what I'm going to do is show you here that we're not Kemet, we're not Ham, we're not none of those names. Now, you know, a lot of our people like to deal with Egyptology. That's for the Egyptians. A lot of our people like to deal with Muslims. That's for the Arabs. That ain't got nothing to do with us. That's an Arab religion. We never worship religions. We never worship the sun, the moon, the stars. We never worship the Kaaba stone the Muslims got. We never worship a man sucking his own penis and bringing himself to life. We never worship the white Jesus. See, that's the misconception of the Bible, that the white Jesus of the Bible, or the white Jesus is in the Bible. That ain't even in the Bible. Like I said, all the misconceptions is because our people don't read and they go by what they heard. Oh, I don't believe in that book. Yeah, that book's fake. You ain't never read it. You don't know what you're talking about. You got to read it before you even make a correct judgment. You know what I mean? That's like me saying, I know your job. You know what I mean? Just because I can go through this Bible, then you tell me about your job, I act like I know everything. Be like, yeah, I know that job. I don't like that job. I don't know about your job. But that's what's wrong with our people, is like they speak on things they don't know. Yep. So we got to study to know before we can make a educated guess, educated, battle with anything. So Ham, Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, right? Go ahead.
The youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood.
So, they made the movie, and it had the white man as Noah. Mm-hmm. It's going to show you here that Noah wasn't white. He wasn't Caucasian. Yeah, they had that movie too. I'm talking about the recent one. They had
Russell Crowe.
The Russell Crowe played Noah, and he had 3 sons, and they were all Caucasian.
Right.
And the women were Caucasian, right? But we're going to show you history. Now, this is not even in the Bible. This is a Bible dictionary. So the white man that compiled this knows that Noah was not white. Watch, read.
Born about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood.
So that means that's another lie when you read on there. When you look at that movie, Noah's son, it said he was 96 years old. But they had him as a teenager in the movie. That's why you can't listen to the white man, his story. You can't look at his movies and then go by his movies. Right? That's how our people get knowledge. Yeah, I did my research. You watched a few YouTube videos. It's not research, bro. What the hell are you talking about? I did a deep dive into YouTube. That was your history breakdown? Bro, I'm talking about books and studying and reading and getting the information and being able to go through the Bible. We got to stop doing things like that. Like, what was going on, man? I was researching. Oh, yeah, what were you researching? Man, I went to this one YouTube video. There's one YouTube video. How's that research? You're listening to what they're saying. Research is you're going back and getting the books and the information, reading it yourself, studying, right? And then especially when you go into the Bible, we got to know the Bible. So this is good because this is not even in, we ain't even opened up the Bible yet, but we're going to read about this Noah and his sons. Go ahead.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
He became the forefather of the dark races. You hear that? That means that they know that Noah, if his son is black, right? If Ham is black, his father was no Caucasian. Let's think about that. Ain't no white people having black ass babies like the Egyptians. that shows you, but we gotta read. So read on.
Not the Negroes.
What?
Not the Negroes.
So Ham was the forefather of the dark races. That's what progenitor means, but not the Negroes. So they put another note in there because why? We're not Hamitic. We're not Kemet. We're Shemitic. We come from the line of Shem because we come out of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. As opposed to who comes from Ham?
But the Egyptians,
They are Hamitic.
Ethiopians,
Right, they're Hamitic.
Libyans,
Read.
and Canaanites.
Those are all African people, African nations. Right? And we were constantly, when you read the Bible, we were constantly in war with these Africans. Right? That's why Goliath was a what? Yeah, he was African. He was a Philistine. These were African nations. Right? And then we went into captivity under another black, dark-skinned people, which were what? Egyptians. They were dark-skinned people. Right? Now go to Exodus 11, verse 7. Right?
Yes, sir. That's it.
Go to Exodus. I'm seeing if I'm a little rusty on this.
That's it. That's what it is. Yes,
I've been over this one in a second.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna take the whole class. But I just want to give the brother a little bit of information about who we are and why we don't identify with this African American, because that's not really where we come from. That's not where you come from. You fled into Africa. Our people were slaves under the Africans, but we were never African, right? Hand me those books over there. Yeah, this right here. But you see this one? Give me the other one right there. Yeah, give me that one right there. If there's another one?
No.
Y'all can't be jacking my books, bruh.
No, I'm not taking it.
Y'all jacking my books, bruh. I might have the other ones over there at the house.
Yeah.
Is there another one? Double check. So go ahead and read that Exodus 11 and 7.
No.
Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7.
Go ahead.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue
Go ahead.
against man or beast,
Go ahead.
that he may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Right. The Most High put a difference between us.
Yep.
We were different. We're not Hamitic. We're Shemitic. So, and let's go back into history. So this is another black man. This cat's name is Rudolph R. Windsor. All right. Now, everything doesn't coincide. He's going over history. But the part that he is correct about in here is that the Jews being black. Okay? So we're going to show you how we got into Africa. Because you say, if you ask the question, well, we're not Africans, well then how did we get into Africa? So I'm going to show you, according to history, what happened and how the so-called Negroes, aka the Hebrew Israelites, were going to go into Africa. Once again, this is not a biblical book. I'm showing you a little history because I'm showing you how the Bible is correct with history.
Right.
All right. So this is him bringing out what happened in 65 BC. Okay. And this is on page 84. Yeah, this is on page 84. Jeff, you got a seat over here. Yeah, you got a seat right here. The youngsters, they can fall back. This is page 84, and it says, in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. So, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem in 65 BC. Right? In 70 AD, because those 5 years, what they did was they surrounded us. Okay? And they didn't let anybody leave, and they didn't let no food come in or out. I want you to go to Deuteronomy, where it says, in the siege they shall eat their kids. So this is what happened. This is what the Bible prophesied about all the way back during the time of Moses. That happened not only one time, it happened a few times in our history. Right? So in 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period of Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa. So imagine us running out of Jerusalem, being slaughtered, being murdered, because we didn't have no power. The Most High took the power from us. We're being slaughtered and murdered, running out of Jerusalem. 1 million Jews, black people running out, right? Running out of Jerusalem. Where would dark skin run to? Are you going to run to a white neighborhood or a black neighborhood? You're going to run amongst dark skinned people. We weren't going to run amongst the Romans or the Greeks. Right. Now, if they were white, then why the hell would they ride amongst black people?
Right.
They would know who they are. Oh, this is because they say the so-called Jews are the Caucasians, right? That stole your identity. Well, then, how could they run into dang Africa amongst black people? It don't make sense, their lies. But it does make sense according to the scriptures that the true Jews are black. The true Jews, Christ being a black man, out of the tribe of Judah, and all the 12 tribes being black. So, just giving a little bit of history here, it says they fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. Now, in 65 BC, they surrounded for 5 years, and what happened? Read where we at in Deuteronomy.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 53. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy God hath given thee, in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thy enemies shall distress thee.
Yeah.
It was talking about the siege of Messiah?
It was talking about any siege that happened.
Yeah, that's what happened at the siege of Messiah. They had to eat the kids.
Right, but are you understand why I'm bringing it out? Do you understand why I'm bringing it out?
Right.
No, I'm asking you, dude.
Do I understand why you're bringing it out?
Yeah.
Part of the prophecy.
Right, but I'm bringing it out, showing that it happened in 70 AD, because it happened before that too.
Right.
It happened in Masada. You're right. It happened before that. We were like, how many times this happened? The curses.
It happened.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. It happened in Masada, which we ran out in Jerusalem. A portion of us is what he's talking about. A portion of us ran into Europe. Some of us ran into Africa. Some of us ran up into Masada, and we committed mass suicide there.
Morocco and Spain.
Right. Some of us went out into Europe.
Yeah.
Right. That's where you get the Moors from. Right. Because Moor just means black.
Asia.
Right. We went into Asia. This is where the curse we would be scattered amongst all nations. Right. Give me that one in Deuteronomy 2. Verse 64. Deuteronomy 28, verse 64.
Verse 64.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all.
Hold on 1 second. Where you at?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
64. Read 64. Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
Right.
From the end of the earth, even unto the other.
So you get it? So that's what happened. We were scattered through all these different lands and countries. And a lot of times they don't tell you that Socrates was dark skinned. Beethoven was dark skinned. They got another one that, King James was a white man. King James wasn't white. We were ruling Europe during that time. King James was a black man.
Yeah, Queen Elizabeth was black.
Yeah, Queen Elizabeth was black.
His family member to him, so.
Right. So you got, it's a lot of history that we haven't been told. But we being scattered through all these nations. And we know at a certain time, the black kings came out of power. And then white people started to come out of the caves and started to rule more. Right? Because we did it. We converted a lot of the so-called white people to being Jews. The Muslims converted a lot of them to being Muslims. And that's why the people you see over there in Israel, they're what? Caucasians. Yep. Those are just white people that speak the language of the land. Even when you look at the true Egyptians, those ain't the true Egyptians over there. Those are white people that inhabit that land.
430 BC.
430 BC? Okay. What, you was going to say something? We ruled Germany for a while, right? And there's a lot of books historically that show this and prove this. This brother right here is a good brother that goes over a lot of history where we ruled during the Dark Ages. This brother, his name is Lee Cummings. And then the Babylon the Timbuktu, he goes into showing how the Jews, right? It's another one. It's the what's the other one we got? Where they go into the Moors? What is it? Nature Has No Color Line.
Yes.
We got that up there?
Why is it the house? I was gonna.
No, Russian icons.
Somebody.
I have mine.
Come on, man. Y'all snatching books.
Who's that?
Where's that Nature No? Well, the Nature Knows No Color Line. It goes into the Moors, showing that how we were the Moors. So I'm just giving you a little bit of history to show you how that the Bible links up with history. So how do we know the Bible's true? Because history, it happened. And the Bible already said it was going to happen. Before it happened, then it happened. So this is what we're reading a little bit here. But let's get to the main point and then we can go into tonight's class. So read that one more time.
It's in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64.
Go ahead.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people. From the end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods.
And there you will what?
Serve other gods.
And that's why a lot of us think you're what? You think you Buddhist?
Right.
You want to serve a dang fat white fat Chinese guy.
And actually, Buddha was originally black.
Right. If you go into all that, right? Or you want the Hindu god, Hare Krishna.
Yep. Signed. Yep.
Shiva, or what is it?
Shiva.
Yeah, the 5%er. Yeah, Shiva, right? All that, right? Or you want to come over here to America and worship the cross, right? You worship the actual image of the cross more than you worship the actual Son of the Most High, right? Remember, they took it into religion. We know we serve the Most High, right? We give honor to His Son, but they worship the cross, the image. Then they worship the false image more than they worship the true image that's in the scriptures.
Yeah, you can't take white Jesus from them.
Right? Oh no. Oh, that's when color don't matter.
Yes.
Right? Then they try to get smart. Oh, color don't matter. Oh, now that we show you he's black. So go from there. Go to Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. Let's get him one of the main curses. Give me Deuteronomy 1:1. Let's first establish who he was talking to. Deuteronomy 1:1, and then we're going to go to Deuteronomy 28:68. You got Deuteronomy 1:1? Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So, wait a minute. He was speaking to everybody?
All Israel.
If you've seen the little Ten Commandments movie, if you've even seen the Prince of Egypt, right? The cartoon, when we were taken out of under the captivity of the Egyptians, when Moses brought us over to where it says on the side of Jordan, The whole world wasn't there. That's what a lot of people don't understand. The whole earth wasn't there. Moses was talking to the chosen people. Right? Go to Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. So I just wanted to establish that who Moses was talking to. Yep. He wasn't talking to everybody. So Deuteronomy 28 verse 15, read that.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 15. So I took the chief of your tribes.
No, Deuteronomy 28, and you're going to read verse 15.
Yeah, go ahead and pick that up.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So if you wanted to know where the white man got the script for roots from, just read Deuteronomy the 28th chapter.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about slavery, whipping, change is all right in there. Right? We're not going to go over the whole chapter, but this is how we know who the Hebrew Israelites are, because the so-called Jew didn't go through this. Historically, they didn't go through slavery and they didn't go through the curses that Deuteronomy the 28th chapter is talking about. Right? So read the 68th verse.
Fine.
Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So why does it say again?
Because we just went out of captivity.
No, yeah, just raise your hand. Go ahead.
He just took us out of captivity.
Oh, he just took us out of captivity. What other point? Why did it say again? No, y'all got to raise your hand so we won't be yelling over each other. Come on, Johnny.
He said, why did you take me back?
Why did he say you will not go into Egypt again?
Oh, meaning that it's going to be a different.
Huh?
It's going to be a different captivity.
Right, again. Right, y'all both right. It was going to be a different captivity, right? And then also, we just walked out of Egypt, right? So this captivity, Egypt means bondage and slavery. So he was telling us that I'm going to bring you into bondage and slavery again, right? Because if you were thinking it technically, well, it was Egypt, that never happened again. We never went back into Egypt again. The bondage and slavery we were going to go to was going to be specific, right? Go ahead, read on.
By the way,
read it from the top.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So a second time with ships. With what?
With ships.
Right. So you're going to go into captivity and slavery with what?
With ships.
Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
And where I'm telling you this, read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
And when's the last time the black man was like, yeah, I need to go back to Jordan? Right? You're thinking, I want to go back to Africa. When the only reason why we were in Africa is because we were running from persecution and slavery. And little did you know that the Africans and the Arabs sold us to the so-called white man.
Right. And they don't love you.
They don't love you. You're a whole different spirit. They don't dance like you, walk like you, talk like you. You don't got the spirit of Kuta Kinte. You got the spirit of King David. Right? You ain't trying to walk around butt naked like Kuta. Unless you was following Kuta or you was following their mind state. Right? But that's not your spirit. Who had their hand raised? Yeah.
It gets my attention not too long ago, even on the flyers of the slavery, when they said Negroes for sale, they had a picture of all the African, the Arab, and the white men on the actual.
Yeah, telling you that they would sell us. They would sell us. And I got the video. The African prince out there apologizing for putting us, you seen it too? I got it, the video of him apologizing for putting us in slavery.
They offered us some land too.
You seen it? Yeah, I was going to do a video with it. That's why I didn't drop. Yeah.
They offered us land if you come back.
Yeah. Yeah, then they want to act like we're brothers. We're not brothers.
Right, nah.
Like,
And if you call us a kata, when you come over here with your businesses,
yep.
you're putting them in our neighborhoods, but you're only selling to your own people.
Right.
We don't know what puff bread is.
They want us to come back and build
Like,
up
come
their
on.
nation.
They what?
They want us to come back and build up their nation. Like we built it up before they sold us into bondage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We had our own instinct.
Yep. You're right. You're right. What you got?
No, just about being spread abroad.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and this is just on.
Hold on. Let me finish this,
Right.
and then I'll let you bring that back. So we were going to go into this captivity. The Egypt, the bondage we were going to go into was going to be by ships, right? Now let's be clear. There's a lot of nations that went to other nations on ships. We're not talking about I'm taking a ferry to another nation.
Right,
He
as an
said
indentured
captivity.
servant. Yeah, not an indentured servant.
Right.
You're getting paid.
Because they'll say, well, the so-called Jews came over to America on ships to work.
Right.
They didn't come over here as slaves and being packed like sardines and defecating and shitting
And throwing
each other and disease and being whooped and all those other things.
They came with them, they didn't come in bondage.
Right, exactly. So this is showing us that you were going to go into bondage on ships. Go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold.
Not now, another vital point that we will be brought on ships, but we will also be sold. The so-called Jews didn't go through that. That's why give me Revelations 2:9 and 3:9. Give me Revelations 2:9 and 3:9 real quick. Now we can understand why the Bible says this. On top of many other reasons why the Bible says this, but one of the reasons is because we'll see. Read that, Revelation 2:9 and 3:9. Who got it?
Revelation chapter 2, verse 9.
Right?
I know thy works and tribulation.
Go ahead.
And poverty.
And he's talking to you. He says, I know your works and your tribulation and your poverty. He's talking to the true Jews, the true believers. Right? Why? Because the so-called Jews, they got money.
Oh yeah.
When you go through these curses in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, they're not living like us. Where it says, curse shall be your children.
Yep.
Right? The one-parent homes. The father was going to leave the wife. Her eye, the black woman's eye, is evil against the black man. That ain't in the Jewish homes. They got it laid.
Yeah, because actually
they got money.
When you go through the research, all the DuPonts, the Bilderbergs, all these big families, they're actually going back to the Ashkenazi Jews, the fake Jews. So they actually have the wealth of America. So they're definitely not going through what we're reading right now.
Right. Absolutely. Go ahead.
But thou art rich.
Right, but we're rich. Why? Because we have a promise. The Most High promised us that He would give us back the kingdom. The kingdom consists of power, rulership, authority, and regime change. That means that the roles are going to be switched. We're not going to be joined up hand in hand with all the other nations. We're going to rule the nations. That was the prophecy that was given to us. We can go over that. There's a lot of scriptures on that. Go ahead.
And I know the blasphemy.
The blasphemy means filthy and wicked act against God. Go ahead.
Of them which say they are Jews and are not.
Now, who says it? Did you know you was of the tribe of Judah? Nah, you like, I'm a black man. Carmel as hell, but you what? You identify with a so-called black man, right? But that's how it is. I thought I was black. My father's Cherokee. But I know I was being called a nigga. That's all I knew. You know what I mean? Even in school, until I start getting older and realize, wait a minute. Nah, that's not my identity. Right? So this is not a religion. The Bible don't got nothing to do with religion. It got something to do with your identity, your nationality, your culture, how to live, breathe, talk, act. Because right now, you want to be everything else. You want to be just like the other nations.
Yep.
You want to dress like the white man, talk like the white man, act like the white man, eat like the white man. Right? That's just the way it is. Now don't get it twisted. We're not gonna go get, fire sticks and go gather all the white men together. Yeah, we're not doing that. This is not what we're doing. But this is important because historically, you got to understand what the Most High did. All right? So this ain't about us going out there punching the white man in the face and trying to get justice due, running them over with cars, shooting cops in their face. Would be nice, but that's not what we're doing. We're not here for that. We're here to gather our people back to who we are. So when Christ come back, we can be ready in our culture. You know what I mean? Because we're following what they say. So you know what that means? They taught you how to eat. In slavery, they gave you all the bad foods. They said the pork is the other white meat. Yep. Right? Chitlins, this is God gift. When that's the slop. That was a slop. Yeah, it's like you go get the slop. But our people what? Master.
Yep.
That's
it
that's
came
good slop, master.
Yeah, it came a delicacy.
Right.
It came a pastime for New Year's Eve.
Right.
Or actually, no, New Year's. We eat it on New Year's Day with black eyed peas, little okra.
Right.
But that's what our people did in slavery. We made the best of it.
One of our things.
Yes.
Right. You gotta raise your hand, Calvin. Oh, wait, hold up. Oh, Calvin, go ahead. I'm Nah, go ahead. I'm listening. Yeah. They put pork in everything. And little did you know, a lot of things that is made. You can like thinking you go take a pill. Like, let me go get some vitamins. And then it's wrapped in pig casing. You're gonna get you that turkey sausage, but it's wrapped in what? Pork casing. So you eat like the white man. And I know it sounds racial, but I mean, who put us in slavery? So it's going to sound racial. It is racial because one nation put us in captivity. So when you talk about what they've done, it's gonna come to race. So it has to come there. You know what I mean? And the truth is, they did it. So you can't deny that. Historically and biblically, watch. Now, we're talking about the food and all these things. Watch, go to Deuteronomy 28. What is it?
48.
48. Go to Deuteronomy 28, 48, yes, right? Yeah,
that's also down
here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to get back into, you're good on Revelations 2 and 9. We're going to go to 3:9. Read where you're at, and then we'll go back to 3 and 9.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
No, they're our friends.
Shalt serve thy enemies.
How do we know they're our enemies? Because if you didn't realize in 2020 that the white man hates your black ass skin,
right, then
you're not going to realize that they're your enemy. We keep trying to kiss up to them and not understand that they are our enemies.
Yep.
Even when you want to hug them.
Proverbs 11:21.
It's like the scripture says, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. It be in the black man to be good. They're like, you know what? I'm forgiving you.
Yeah.
They doing this online to the white man. He's like, okay.
Right.
Get out the car, sir.
Right.
Put your teeth on the curb. And you're like, what did I do? You driving while black. So it's hostility.
DWB.
It's hostility because we disobeyed the commandments of the Most High. Go ahead, read on.
Serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So the Most High sent it against us because we wanted what the white man got. You want to believe like them, talk like them, act like them, all of us as a nation.
Yep.
You know what I mean? When we find out we don't supposed to serve Christmas, what happens? Oh man, my baby mama, man.
Right.
So your baby mama want to worship the devil, and you gonna do it too. That's how it work. Like she get to worship the devil, but you ain't gonna stand up and say, "Nah, we're not doing that." So, but they learned that from the white man. Go ahead.
Shall send against thee in hunger.
In what?
In hunger.
So we get they tell you what, the shrimp, crab, lobster.
Yep, oyster.
You living it up when you eating that.
Come on, man.
That's all the bottom feeders.
Dip that in butter.
Like anybody with sense to tell you that's why black communities our black neighborhoods are filled with these foods, and you're also filled with high blood pressure,
gout,
diabetes.
Yep.
They even said it, and I was laughing my butt off when they said it. The black communities are more susceptible to COVID because the garbage that they're eating, that they're health-wise. But you go to the white neighborhood, they got the Whole Foods, they got the farmers market,
Sprouts.
they got Sprouts,
Yep.
right? They got all the good stuff.
We got the herbologists on every block.
Yeah.
We got the liquor stores on every block.
What?
It's crazy. I just even strategically the stores like Walmart's in neighborhoods, they like the distribution. They got certain ship it to certain parts like for the bad stuff.
Yeah.
They ship it to this part because
Oh,
they know around.
the hood Walmarts, go in, they get all the beat up food. Go to the white Walmart. Crispy, shining.
Oh yeah. Lettuce lively.
Yeah, lettuce is lively. We get the weathered lettuce, yeah.
Con.
I was watching a news story the other day. It was saying that the blood banks, they weren't allowing, they weren't taking in black people's blood because they said they had to kick a lot of it out because our blood doesn't have a lot of iron in it due to our diet.
Look at that, no greens. Everybody, listen, everybody eating 4 for 4, right? 4 for 4, 5 for 5. You know what I'm saying? Get you some chicken nuggets and some ranch.
Oh, the 2 for 5. The 2 for 5.
Barrita.
The 2 for 5.
You good?
And don't understand
Man.
why we're unhealthy and dying.
Con.
If not by the gunshot wound in your face,
Con.
by damn, you getting your legs sawed off.
Because I was talking to a gentleman today. Our people, all they do, like I say, we eat bad. We smoke the blunts. You hit the blunt, get you a little snack, get you a little BLT sandwich. You know what I'm saying? You straight. A little Netflix. But that's bad for our health, you know. So as we see that, and a lot of, not only men, women are very iron deficient because of a bad eating habit, you know.
See, now let me show you something how the Bible's real. Because we didn't listen, that's why you dying in your communities. That's how real the Bible is.
Con.
See, right now our people are crying and steadily trying to find a way out.
Yep.
But they can't find a method. What's the method? How do I go back in my household and get my house in order? How do I get my family in order? You see that? Yeah, it ain't through a comic book. It's real method.
Right.
Right? It's wisdom of the Most High. So we're listening to their wisdom, right? So read that again. Where we at? Deuteronomy 28? Yeah.
And verse 48.
48, go ahead.
And he shall sin against, Slakia. Therefore thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee,
right?
In hunger.
So we go to we get the food, the bad food. We learn how to eat from them. Go ahead.
And thirst.
Right? You learn how to drink from them. They put the liquor stores in all of our damn communities.
Yeah.
Knowing damn well we're dying of damn being drunks.
Yep.
Right?
Liver disease.
Now it's okay to drink in moderation, but what are they doing? They pumping that in our neighborhoods.
Yeah, they drink liquor like it's water.
Right.
And not even liquor, it's malt liquor.
Right. And then if not that, oh man, go to the Walmart when you get your stamps. What happens?
Soda.
Bro, no, not even the good soda. They got the purple stuff.
The off-brand.
And it be the biggest. And listen,
most affordable.
I'm saying this to show our people that you already 300, 400 pounds.
Right.
I seen someone, the brother had nothing but all the purple stuff.
And snacks.
And snacks. And I'm looking at them like, damn, our people are just killing themselves and the white man facilitating. He feeds it. And we do too, because you start at a young age doing what to your kids?
Putting it down their face.
You put it down their face. You start, what I don't like when I see young brothers, when I see young parents try to give their children sips of liquor at a young age. Oh, hit a little of that. Oh, no, he'll deal with it. It's like, bro, what the hell are you doing? Like, you got a damn liquor problem and then you gonna give him one. But you see that with liquor, you see that with blunts, you see that with all these things, and then now you go to YouTube and World Star and what? We just killing ourselves. But by the hands of who? In the one of all things, we're going to this man. Why? Because the Most High said, if that's what you want, you want him, I'm gonna give you one.
And then when you go to
Go ahead.
the only corner store in the project where we do our street speaking,
Yeah.
when you go in, all they have is 2 liters of soda, man. There's no water in there. They got 2 liters of soda. You can get your pork rinds. You know what I'm saying? You can get your pork sandwiches in there. So it's nothing but filth. And who runs it is Elam.
Right. Then the churches come and tell you, oh, don't worry about it. God blessed it.
Right.
So God blessed it for me to kill myself.
It's a pork house.
Wow. So the white man's killing me. Then when I go to the pastors and the preachers, you helping them kill me. Right? Nobody's helping us and teaching us the right way because nobody wants discipline. Everybody's scared. Well, if we tell them the right thing, they might not come back no more.
Yep.
But they dying. It's ignorance. Hosea 4:6. Read on.
And in thirst and in nakedness.
And in what?
And in nakedness.
And in what?
In nakedness.
We dress like them. Right? You know what I mean? They bring back acid wash. Because that's what it is. Jean jackets. Yeah. Y'all know about all the jeans? That was back in the 80s.
I'm with it.
Yeah, it was called acid wash.
Jinkos.
Yeah.
I wish they brought them back. They got tight pants now, man.
Yeah. But see, we dress and we go with their fads.
Con.
They tell us how to dress. They tell us what shoes is popping.
Yep.
Right? And they tell us what clothes is popping.
Yep.
So we do everything according to them. Why? Because this is their kingdom. This is their time to rule. Well, we got to come out of this. Go ahead.
And in want of all things.
Everything we want. You want a marriage license? Who you got to go?
White man.
White man. You want to park there? Who you got to pay?
White man. Meter.
You want your water on? Who you got to go to? I keep saying it. Water, air is God-given.
Come on, man.
Do you know that's God-given? We shouldn't have to pay for water, air, to park in the earth and move yourself about. You shouldn't have to pay to do that. But that shows you, the Most High said, okay, you want to be like them?
Yep.
I'm going to show you how they can treat you. Read on.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
And what did he do in slavery? Read it again.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee.
Right, who got the Hosea 4:6? Go ahead, Johnny. Read that. Read it loud. Go with that power. What's it?
Hosea chapter 4, verse 6.
Read.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
So, what are we destroyed for? Read it again.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
So, there you go, huh? So, it's not that we're dumb. It's that we don't have knowledge. And then when you're given knowledge, instead of you being humble and saying, you know what, I didn't know that. You're like, yeah, you know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? I study a little bit. It's like, bro, you don't know. We don't know. We didn't know. We didn't know Christ was black. We thought what the white man said. He was Caucasian with long hair, like Matthew McConaughey, right? We thought that was Jesus. We didn't know that the apostles were called niggas, Niger. We didn't know that Moses was black, David was black, the Hebrews. We didn't know that. Just say it. We didn't know that. I was going off of our people go off of hearsay. Off of what you heard.
You regurgitate.
Yeah, but you didn't read that. And that's what we all did it. Until we start reading and say, wait a minute. Church and religion is saying one thing, the Bible's saying another thing. Something is wrong here. Yeah, the ones that are teaching us were wrong. Not the word. Read on.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
And we're destroyed for the lack of knowledge because what?
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
A lot of us reject knowledge. A lot of us like the hood.
Oh yeah.
They like getting shot in the face.
Gunplay.
Niggas like getting murdered. They like their women walking around with no bras, nipples showing right through them, chocolate nipples. Right through them. They like it. They like their women butt naked. They like when you go to the mall, the 12 and 13-year-old girls are boppers.
Right. and they getting bopped in the mall too.
Right, and then the young cats is going around turning them out and turning themselves out. They like that. Niggas love the hood life.
Yep.
The hood mentality. But that same hood mentality is why we're imploding. Why we can 1 minute say, no justice, no peace. and then go shoot the cat down the block because he pissed you off. He violated you, so you go just shoot you. Not like, what happened to punching people?
Right. Yeah.
You ain't gonna punch him, you just gonna shoot him in the face.
Square
I
up,
seen
man.
that on World Star the other day. I was like, damn. He stood there for a second. Yeah, he slid over and said, boom, 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 boom. Then ran over to the other guy. I'm like,
We talking about the car?
why? No, he was standing outside for a good minute or two. You seen it, right? And I'm thinking like, man, our people, that's why when they cry there's no justice, no peace, I be looking at them like, no, you Negroes deserve that ass whooping. Because when you get the knowledge of not to do it, you fight against it. You want to argue with it.
Ooh.
The Most High tells you how to get your house in order, your woman in order, your kids in order, your mind state. But are you not tired of living on damn drugs and pill popping? Walking in the mall like,
Right.
you can't even speak. Like, nigga, you're not tired of that? And like, or just blunted out all the time, or drunk all the time. What's happening? Man, can't deal with it though. I'm gonna just F the pain away.
I just gotta get away.
It don't work like that. The Most High gave us the wisdom and the knowledge. Because look, let me give you a little tidbit. If you're doing that, what are you gonna teach your child?
Same thing.
And now you want to know why his ass is getting shot with a bag of Skittles.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't think that just because they're not teaching or telling,
yeah,
they're looking at you,
they're
man.
They
see how you move, how you sag, how your antics, how you walk, talk. All that is being calculated in the brain.
I'm gonna use an old word that we used to use in the '90s.
Yeah.
Gremlins.
Oh yeah.
You see the movies Gremlins?
Ooh, little gargoyles.
You know that was made after the black man, right?
Ooh.
They multiply when the water hit them.
Right.
They turn ugly when you feed them after midnight. Yeah.
Gremlins.
You give them a blunt in the 40. Oh, come on.
Not only the black man, the Native American, the Hispanic,
Yep.
the Mexican brothers, the brothers, all of us, all of the tribes of Israel, they're niggas without the knowledge of the Most High. And that's why the Most High is bringing us back to the knowledge. You see what I'm saying? So let's be real. We are ex what? Dirtbags.
Yep.
We're all ex dirtbags. How many of us? We're all ex dirtbags. You know what I mean? You lived on the blunt, you lived on the drinking, you lived on the pill popping, you lived on the I'm just gonna have sex and that's gonna fix it.
Right. Fulfill me.
Right? That's not gonna work. What's gonna work is wisdom and intellect. So read Hosea 4:6 from the top.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 6.
Go ahead.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Go ahead.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Go ahead.
I will also reject thee.
You see that? I will do what?
I will also reject thee.
If we keep rejecting knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, your house will continually fall. That's it. Read on.
That thou shalt be no priest to me.
Right. At one time, you had honor, respect. There was royalty about you. Now it's like, who are you? They talking about, well, yeah, those is she's a queen.
Right.
Where?
Yeah.
Where's the black queen? Where? The ones with her ass out?
Yeah.
She's a queen? The ones that's bending over and all she doing is twerking on Instagram? That's a queen. Oh, I'm a black king. How you a black king, nigga, and you don't even know how to carry or lead your family?
You can't even articulate a word.
That's not a king. You can't control yourself. You gotta fight everybody. That's a king. You can't control your mind, but you a king? Like, that's not a king. Kings and queens were people with wisdom and high intellect that can run nations, run the world. Solomon was a king until he started acting like a nigga and worshiping other gods, and then he fell from his kingship, right? So he said he would reject us for being priests. Go ahead.
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God.
What did we forget?
The law of thy God.
And we forgot the law. And I'm going to say it again. We let the pastors and the preachers tell us, you know what? Oh, no, Jesus blessed it. So he blessed doo-doo. So if I wanted to eat some dookie, The Most High, I can eat that. You ain't making no damn sense.
This the little season
But-
might not be that bad.
But that's what we're doing. So we eat anything, we put our little wee in every damn thing, and then what happens? Right? We fall and we're cursed by our own actions. That's what he said. Let him finish real quick. Go ahead.
I will also forget thy children.
He will do what?
I will also forget thy children.
Now you what? Baby daddy, baby mama. Right? Go to Deuteronomy 28:54. I know y'all got something. Let me just read this real quick.
Yeah, Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54.
Go ahead.
So that the man that is tender among you.
Not tender as in this nigga's homo. Not tender as in his name is Zara Wade now. He got pink hair and he wants to he needs some milk. Not none of that. This tender was respect. Like when we would see each other, there was a cordial love and respect for each other. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? You know, you acknowledge your brother, you know, you get that nod and he look at you like, you know what I mean? Nowadays, it's like, you can't even say, Shalom, brother, how you doing? It's like, nigga, I don't know you.
Right?
You ain't my brother. Yeah.
We the only nation that you can ask, are you good? And they might take that as offense.
Yeah. All the other nations, the Chinese man, the Japanese man, every other nation is cordial. You know what it is? We got a hood doctrine.
Yeah.
It's a hood doctrine that it broke us up from brotherhood and real love for our own people. That black pride, brown pride.
Yeah.
We don't got that no more. And who did it? The white man. Go ahead.
Even with that, is that our people are so messed up, they're hurting so bad, is that they take it negative because it's like, shit, I'm really not good. What you mean, man? It's like a defense mechanism. It's like they automatically go into like, well, so what's up then? What you think something wrong with me, man? So they feel bad to where that's how they act, man. It's sad.
Yeah.
And just like if you say like little soft words like, yo, relax. Don't tell me relax.
I am relaxed.
I am relaxed. It's like,
Right.
I'm chill. Like, oh,
Yeah, they not.
you know what? Forget it.
But again, that light bill ain't being paid. That food ain't on the table. It's like a lot of stress. But again, we called it upon ourselves.
Finish that.
Verse 48, or actually no, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate,
right,
his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
Now tell me that's the so-called white man calling themselves a Jew. Hell nah. He walking around. You see the so-called Jews with the black hats and the twisties.
That's
you see him sagging his pants like, yummy. Let me get my New York vibe.
Right.
Yummy.
Yo.
They doing that. They meat mugging cats. Right? They drive by shooting down the other so-called Jews.
Right. The kosher deli.
Yeah, the kosher deli. Hell no, that's us. And we be the ones, man. It's funny, man, that when you look at the so-called Jews, it's like you like, yeah,
They're pathetic.
these guys are so damn peaceful.
Con.
Like they families, they ribbing the kids, and every time, it don't matter what city we've been in.
Yep.
You go across the world, you see them, and they're just
yeah.
walking with their family and talking very.
Yeah.
We're the ones that's evil towards each other.
Con.
Your rib is yelling, nigga, come on, and you like, listen, bitch, and then she's like, nigga, I don't see. That's what I'm saying. I can't take you nowhere. You 40 years old. What are you talking about? But that's a curse. And we made ourselves at home with it.
Right.
We like, no, that's good. You know what I mean? I watched that, with Cardi B and her dude, that one video where he threw her leg up. And she's just twerking in the video, shaking her ass. And I'm thinking like,
the video they were in together?
yeah, I'm doing this. I'm doing, what do you, how I go? I'm doing, right,
Yeah,
clout. And I look at that video and I'm like, this guy is literally just hoeing her out. And they take pride in it. We take pride in, look, she's a hoe. And you're like, look, I don't care. I don't care. She's a hooker. Yeah.
Some like that girl have the OnlyFans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What'd he say?
They take power from it.
Yeah. They love it. They love it. So these are the things. His eye shall be evil towards his brother. Go ahead.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
Now, think about that. Statistic-wise, how many black single homes? One-parented homes. Why? Because it translates from you didn't use wisdom, you got with a hoochie, or you got with a nigga that didn't care about you, ex-drug dealer, dope dealer, killer, that was want to still live the life at 50 years old, right? And then what happens? What happens? The kids looking at all that and like, mommy over here, daddy over here. Then now the kids are suffering. And now the kids are in the communities, and the new generation comes up with that destroyed mind state and destroyed ideals, and it's a consistent cycle. Why the white man's over here killing us, the Africans, the Arabs, the Chinese, and all the other nations are building communities, their businesses, corporations, and getting rich off of America. We're the ones what? Selling dime bags, talking about I'm moving weight.
Right.
Like, nigga, you move dime bags.
Right, nigga, you sell fentanyl pills. Fake pills. You pressing fake pills, Ike.
But really like, you know what I mean? Walking around, pants down to their damn knees with a 45, like, you're a killer because you sell dime bags.
Dime.
It don't make sense. But it's a destroyed mind state, right? Go ahead, read on.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
Go ahead.
And toward the remnant of his children.
Right.
Which he shall leave.
Come on. If this ain't the black man out of the Bible, then tell me who that is. Tell me. Because you can't match that to no other nations. Yeah, there's other nations that have relationship problems. Well, we're not dealing with relationship problems. We're dealing with statistically black one-parented homes, Mexican, Native American one-parented home, communities that are driven off of liquor and drugs, that are being murdered and killed on top of that. It's systemic madness. They talk about systemic racism. It's systemic ignorance. Right? Read on. Come on.
Verse 55. So that he will not give to any of them.
Right. That's it on that. So, just to show you a little bit, where you at? You're done with Hosea. Back in Revelations 2, 3, and 9. Finish that and you can sit down.
Revelations 3 and 9.
And then I'll let Ariel come in.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan.
Go ahead.
Which say they are Jews and are not.
He not only said they are of the synagogue of Satan, he said he's going to make them of the house of Satan. That's what a synagogue is. He's going to make them that say they are Jews and not, because they're not the Jews. All right, sit down. You're good. What you got?
Deuteronomy 28:16.
Yeah, you're going to hold that because we're going to jump back. Because we got to get the main curse, right? Where you at, Ariel?
I was at a lot. Isaiah 5 and 13. That goes with the Hosea 4 and 6.
Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 13. So we understand in Hosea 4 and 6 it says that we reject knowledge, right? Go ahead and read that one more time for me. Hosea 4 and 6.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 6.
Go ahead.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
So why are we destroyed for a lack of knowledge? Because we chose the wickedness over righteousness. We chose to be like our captives instead of choosing to be like what the Most High told us to be, right? So that's why we're destroyed. Read.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
So what happens when we reject the knowledge? Here's what happened. Go ahead, Isaiah.
Isaiah chapter 5 verse 13. Therefore my people are gone into captivity.
So because we rejected the hand of the Most High and the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of what the scriptures say, how to rule the world, we got done. And our doneness, read it again.
Therefore my people are gone into captivity.
So because we played the dumb butt, we went into captivity. Because we played Boo Boo the fool, we got into captivity. Go ahead.
Because they have no knowledge.
Because the knowledge was to keep us away from these things.
You're right.
The knowledge was to keep you from getting your ass whooped by your dad.
Right.
Right? He said, all you got to do is do this while I'm gone. I'm always with you, but do this. But as soon as dad turns his back and he goes away, what do you want to do? Put your hand in the cookie jar. You want to do everything opposite of what he told you to do. He already told you it was yours. But because we failed in that knowledge, now we got to go into captivity.
Right.
Read on.
And their honorable men
And now the men we held of a high esteem.
Right.
We had Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We had men of great valor.
It said one man would kill 1,000 men.
Right.
One man would kill 1,000 men. That's how much power the Most High gave us. It said David played with lions as he played with little kids.
Like goats.
Like baby goats.
Right.
Samson ripped lions in half.
He killed 1,000 men with the bone of an ass. That's no bigger than this. That's smaller than this.
One man. But now what happens? Huh? A white woman?
Ugh.
Police officer?
Oh, yeah.
She can come in here and get everybody on their knees.
God.
Because we know if we rip her to pieces in here, what's going to happen to us?
So they coming for us. They bombing the whole building.
But that's the power. It's not a man. Because this demon, this pale demon, his power is coming to an end. It's not a man. That's the Most High.
Come.
There's no way, like, when you look at Django, look how big Judah was. Look how big you so-called Negroes are. They're like 6'4",
Yep.
right? And you got this guy with no teeth telling you what to do with a whip. You got to think about how the Most High stripped us of our power.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right. Listen, where you at?
Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 13.
Go ahead, finish it.
And their honorable men are famished.
So now all our great leaders, so-called leaders, they're exhausted. They're nobody to look up to.
Yeah,
right?
they're thirsty. They're dried up. Like where's the passion and drive from Al Sharpton? This nigga's a news commentator now.
Mm-hmm.
Al Sharpton. Who else?
Jesse Jackson.
Quan
LX.
Yeah. Wait.
Yep.
I still have yet to see the Not Effing Around crew.
Oh, they done disappeared.
They done disappeared. I think personally that the cops probably was sniping them down. They were talking too much mess, but once again, we knew that was going to happen. Because you're not going to be delivered by 50 guns. It's got to be a greater power that's going to do this. A greater power that's going to intervene. But I still haven't seen them. I wonder what happened to them.
They couldn't win and talking too much. They got people like that got to move silent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You made yourself a target.
But going back to the scripture, they're famished. See, we don't teach that. We know that our salvation is going to come through. First of all, we got to get ourselves together in unity.
Right.
We can't be no military. Like, think about if you seen the Not Effing Around crew. Everybody seen those videos? All those brothers with guns? Right? Now, think about it, Doc. First of all, they had women in there. Right? Ain't no woman going to be going to war. We ain't the white man. When we go to war, it's going to be the men going to war. The women and the children are going to be safe at home behind us. We didn't do that. That's the white man do that because he's effeminate by nature. He's a homosexual by nature. Right? Then, when you look at their line, they didn't have no real unity. They just had random cats showing up.
Yeah, because then he'll say, if this is your first time out here, get the hell out. So he was
think about it.
He didn't know who was in the ranks.
When the saints go marching in, y'all heard it, right?
Yeah.
You prayed, you said it in church. Go with the saints.
Go marching.
Right? You did all that. You did all that, right?
Yes.
Oh Lord, I want to be in that number because they were in order. It says in Micah that they shall not break their ranks.
That's right.
So we know it's talking about the angels in there, but what do you think we're gonna be following? We're gonna be following order. It ain't gonna be chaos. You looking at a cat sideways, and you hated on this brother, you hated on this sister. How is that going to happen? It's going to happen through our getting our spirit right first. Through unity, us rehearsing the righteous acts. It ain't going to be through us going out there and just grabbing guns and then doing it. We got to learn what love is first. That's what the Most High is doing first with waking up all these Hebrew Israelites. He's seeing who can love each other. Right? A brother's born through adversity. You won't know if that brother got your back unless you're going through it with him and he's there with you. Right? Now, you did it selling dope. You did it when you was running train on hoes. You did it when you was pill popping with your crew. But could you do it for righteousness? You see that? That's what a lot of cats don't understand. A lot of cats can't do it for righteousness. Why? Because it's a whole different mind state. You can't be high no more just to live. You got to be conscious. It's a higher God-like level. Everybody talks about that scripture, right? You're gods. Yeah, you're gods. But it says, but ye shall die like men. Why? Because you don't stay in the God mentality.
Nope.
You want to be of the flesh mentality.
You lower your frequency. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. They're always talking on that level. That spaceship level. But let's come back down to the things that you can't handle. How you a God when you can't deal with your wife without choking her out? That's not a God.
No.
You got to beat the brakes and almost kill your children because you don't know how to deal with frustration and irritation. But you a God? You a king? They don't make sense. A God is composed. You didn't see the angels losing it? I can't deal with this no more. Punching himself in the face.
Right. When you read in Jude, Michael said he didn't bring a railing accusation against Satan.
Yeah.
He kept his order, even against an adversary.
Think about that. He kept his order against the devil and let the Most High rebuke him. You see that? But we lose it. We don't know the half about gods. Yep. Right? Go ahead and finish that. You finish that, right?
That's it.
All right. So let's go back to Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. Let's read it one more time and finish this point here. I guess, we did what we always do.
We did it again.
It's all good?
I got a couple of them.
This all good, right? Is this helping a little bit? Kind of giving you a little information? All right, so it's for a good cause. All right? You got your class. We'll go over that Monday or something. Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 in verse 68.
Go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So I'm going to bring you into captivity and slavery. In Hebrew, that word is Mizraim, which means shut in, restraint, right? Mm-hmm. Again, a second time, but this time is going to be with ships. Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Many of our people went back to Africa, but ain't none of our people thinking Jerusalem is the motherland until we start waking up. Right? We're coming out of the curses, but we ain't fully out of them. There's an awakening happening. We know the motherland is Jerusalem, but it wasn't like that in the past. Right? Go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
We were going to be sold to our enemies. Go ahead.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
For slave men and slave women. So, what people? That's all you got to do. What people? Just ask that yourself. What people in history went from one land to the next on cargo slave ships and got to that land and were sold as slaves? One people. You can't make it up. History already said it. And that was your people, the so-called Negroes. We say so-called because that's not your identity. That's not your nationality. It goes back to Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar. Jacob had 12 sons. They were known as the 12 tribes of Israel. All right? So, did you have anything on that? Was there anything you wanted to ask on that?
I'm good.
You sure? Okay, all right. So, we wanted to edify a little bit. We do that with new brothers that come in. All right? This is not the church environment where you can't ask no questions. You know what I mean? Where you sit and just listen. You know what I mean? As you see, brothers can talk. So talk. Ask your questions because you're not going to learn. You're not going to get this knowledge unless you understand what you're dealing with. And in church, what did we do a lot? Sat there, listened. We learned. We hallelujah. But we never really asked questions. Well, Pastor, why this? Why that? Why we got to do that? And we follow what? Ignorance. Right? So that's what we don't want to do in here. If you don't know, we got to prove it to you. The scriptures say, prove all things, hold fast to that which is good. You see what I'm saying? That's the only way you're going to be confident. I'm confident because I know what the scriptures say. Right? Because the brother showed me, right, what the scriptures say. Then I had to study. I know what the scriptures say. So we got to live by that code and that honor. All right? So if he doesn't have any questions, obviously, y'all know the deal. I'm not going to go into any class. We got 30 minutes. We got 30 minutes. No class? Nobody got anything?
No, I got a little something to add.
Oh, you got something to add? Go ahead and add. Unless they got questions. Go ahead.
Yeah, no questions. I don't see anything.
Yeah.
I don't see anything. Just even dealing with just Deuteronomy 28, you don't really find any other form of knowledge that brings forth this information. Nobody can tell you how we came on ships. Egyptology can't tell you that. Ron Hubbard, Scientology can't tell you that.
Right.
And that's why, doing the research, the Bible already lets us know, but there's other books as well that gives edification. So not only just for the so-called black man, Hispanic, there's a book called Aztec Man and Tribe that'll let you, so many other books that'll let you know that we're the Israelites, but this is something I brought today. It's the feats and wisdom of the ancients. So we go into books as well that will bring up artifacts and to let us know that we are these people. So not only the Bible, but we're going to bring forth more information that adds to the Bible. So this is going to be, this is on page 114, but it's talking about the ancient Hebrews in Tennessee. All right, so I'm going to just read a little excerpt. But this tomb first came to light in 1889 when a team from the Smithsonian Institution excavated 3 burial mounds along Bat Creek in London County, Tennessee. So it's Bat Creek. That's the tomb. It says 9 skeletons were found in one mound, 2 of them set apart from the other 7. Beneath one of these 2 skeletons lay several unusual artifacts, among them a stone tablet bearing 9 carved letters. So when you look at this, they saw the carving. At first, they didn't know what it was. It took them all the way to 1950 for them to really understand what this was. When they took it to, but in the 1950s, archaeologist Joseph Maine happened upon a picture. Those are archaeologists that saw it. But this basically was a mound where the Cherokee was at. But when they went through it, what they were looking at was actually Paleo-Hebrew. So they understood that, again, there's a lot more books that will let you know that the Native Americans are Israelites, but they had artifacts and not the alphabet, but letters of ancient Hebrew, Paleo-Hebrew in their mounds. Mm-hmm. So how did that get there? Again, they were there way before the white man came. Mm-hmm. So we're seeing that not only will the Bible let us know of that our people went to that land, and if you don't mind, can I pull... Go to 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras chapter 13 and verse 40. Just to add a little bit more edification on just the prophecy that was going to happen to our people, to the 12 tribes, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American. Mm-hmm. And again, this is what we have to do as Israelites, to show our people. Definitely the Bible, Deuteronomy 28 is the kick, is the finale. But then you can add archaeology because, a lot of our people are skeptics, man. Their so-called intelligence, so they want to do what? Let me look up the books. Everybody want to read books. Well, let's pull out some books then. Let's pull out some books. All right? Read where you at.
2nd Esdras chapter 13 and verse 40.
Go ahead.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king.
Come on.
Whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
So we were fleeing from the Assyrian captivity. All right, go ahead.
And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
Right, this is the 9.5 tribe. It says they did what? They carried them what?
And he carried them over the waters.
Read.
And so came they into another land.
Yeah, so they came into another land. But again, when you ask yourself, even Christopher Columbus, how did he find the natives there? Was nobody else there? How did he find them? Even when you go through more research with Christopher Columbus, he got it from the scriptures. But still showing that the natives went to another land. Go ahead.
But they took this counsel among themselves.
Read.
That they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
Yeah, they were finished. They were done with the captivity of the heathen. So they escaped. They ran. But where did they run to? Go ahead.
And go forth into a further country.
So they went into a further country. Go ahead.
Where never mankind dwelt.
Where what?
Where never mankind dwelt.
So the Bible gives us these hints and understandings of where our people went to. And again, this was the Americas. And that's why whenever you came to America, they had the natives here having everything. Had irrigation, had food. They had canals.
This is 2nd Esdras what?
2nd Esdras chapter 13 and verse 40. You can have what you want to add. and that was it on that. So they dwelt where mankind never dwelt.
Yeah, in the movie 1492.
There it is.
That reference was Christopher Columbus said that in the movie that he read the book of Ezra.
Right.
And then the person he was talking to, he said, "What, that black Jew that you're going to get that from the black Jew?" He said that.
Oh, wow.
What movie? 1492.
1492.
Conquest of 1942. Conquest of
It was is a movie though.
Yeah, it's a movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, Christopher Columbus. There's many books that Christopher Columbus himself said it out of his own mouth, written.
Right.
You know what I mean? Also, yeah.
So historically, okay. So when you type in the 722 BC, right? Because that's the time frame that this is taking place. All right. The king of Assyria came into Israel and he surrounded Jerusalem, or he surrounded Samaria for 3 years. All right. So you had the northern kingdom, because during this time Israel was already split. All right. So you had the northern kingdom of Israel that was taken away captive by Shalmaneser. All right. And then what happened was, when you're reading in 2 Ezra chapter 13 and verse 40 all the way down to 46, it says they went into the Euphrates. They went into the Euphrates River, into the Persian Gulf, all the way up to the Indian Ocean, and around the tip of the Africa. So this is the blueprint basically on how they got to the Americas here. Right, and this is the same route that Christopher Columbus took to follow what they did.
Yeah, just showing forth that we are these people. You know, and again, there's more and more books, but again, the Bible itself solidifies it. There's no other book that has prophecy. There's no other book that lets the black man know that he was going to be in chains due to his disobedience to the Heavenly Father. So, and that's what we're getting out of what we're reading now. So we're not trying to go too deep for you, but get a little taste. So, yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot. There's a lot of information. You know, we don't want to, we can books on books on books. Come on, y'all know this is hours
I'm start bringing
of teaching. Yeah, this ain't no fluke. I'm just saying something. I'm just saying the black man's in the Bible. This is real information that archaeologists, anthropology, history, and then going back with biblical history that shows you who we are. But the reason why I started with Ham and showing you that, because isn't that the first thing we're taught? We're African American. That you got to squash that from the door. We're not that. That ain't got nothing to do with us. So yeah, you had something else?
No.
Okay. I mean, did we have anything online?
No, just comments.
All right, we're gonna open up the last minutes, man. Y'all, brothers, we do have class in the morning. We're not gonna be online. They're gonna be online in Houston, but we are gonna have class for everybody here. Sabbath morning class, 10 o'clock. All right. So let's see if anybody got any questions these last minutes, nobody got anything. Joseph, none? You good? Okay. Jamal, fine? None? You good, Jeff?
I got a question.
Yeah.
A couple of people keep trying to hit me up to get the website, and I put in
the website?
Yeah.
www.isbhpk.com.
Okay.
Yeah. We're still up there, right?
That's it. No, I sent it to the chat.
Yeah. Oh, you sent it through? Yeah. www.isbhpk.com.
Yeah, the website's very, very efficient, easy to go through.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Remind y'all, brothers, it is a Sabbath. Y'all keep it holy, man. Don't deal with no drama, no madness. All right? Put all that aside. You really want to argue? Tell her, no, it's a Shabbat. Not tonight. All right? We got anything? I know, and
Feast of Tabernacles.
Right, so reminder, the Feast of Tabernacles for everybody online. The trumpets. Memorial of blowing of the trumpets is 9/16. We're going to be here if you brothers want to come. We're going to feast. We're going to commemorate. We're going to eat on that day. So 9/16. And we're going to probably do it about 7, 8 o'clock. That way everybody's off of work. We can all come together, pray, eat, commemorate that day. Now, 9/25 is the Day of Atonement. That's a day where you don't eat any food or drink any water. All right, so basically 9/25 till sundown the next day. All right, so no food, no water. It's a whole 24 hours. Sundown to sundown. No food, no water. All right. Yes, you can brush your teeth. I know I'm gonna get that one. Could we brush your teeth? Yes, you can brush your teeth, but you can't chew gum. All right, that's eating. I know. Yeah, you brush your teeth.
No,
You
I'm
know,
talking about water. You can,
yeah, but you can't swallow. Yeah, brush your teeth and spit it out. It's a fast. Nothing. You don't ingest anything. All right. Yeah. Class that day. What we probably could do on that day. So when's the 25th? What day is that?
I think it's a Wednesday.
Is it?
25th is Friday, yes.
Okay, yeah, we definitely gonna have class. Like, we all gonna be fasting. You know what I mean? We all gonna be fasting.
Oh, so it's from
So yeah, it's from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. It's the Sabbath.
That's perfect.
So it'll be a double Sabbath, basically. Yeah. So
That's perfect.
And then on the 30th, 9/30 is the Feast of Tabernacles. That goes all the way to 10/7. That's 8 days. And those 8 days, I'm going to say it again, so nobody can act like we ain't tell you. Oh, I didn't know. Those 8 days, we're not having class. We're going to be feasting for 8 days. So if you want to get fat and chubby, those are going to be the days. Because what we do for those 8 days to commemorate those days is we have a feast at everybody's house. All right? So, and we know some of y'all are not ready for all that. You know what I mean? Or you might not have a place, but we're gonna still do it 8 days. All right. So right now we got my house, his house, his house. That's 3, and whatever other brothers wanna say, hey, I got one night. All right. So 8 days is what we're gonna do of feasting. All right.
16.
So that's the Feast of Tabernacles. All right. And then we'll go over. Remember, we gotta go over the trumpets and the Day of Atonement. We'll go over that in the scriptures. Remember, these ain't the white man's holidays. This is our holy days.
Right.
All right. All right. What else? Did we have anything?
No.
And so it goes trumpets.
It goes trumpets on 9/16, Day of Atonement on 9/25, and then 9/30 to 10/7 is the Feast of Tabernacles. One more time. 9/16 is the trumpets. 9/25 is the Day of Atonement. And then 9/30 begins the Feast of Tabernacles all the way to 10/7. Yeah. The Day of Atonement, 9/25 is the Day of Atonement, fasting, no food, no water. Listen, the biggest mistakes is it's going to be new to a lot of y'all, and you're going to go to your fridge, you're going to put something in your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't going to eat something. If you need to put stickers around your house, do that. Get you the little stickers, put them up on the refrigerator, Day of Atonement. You need that. You might put one in your car. You're so used to just grabbing things, throwing something in your mouth.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and put a little sticker around, man. And if you make a mistake, don't worry. Remember, we're rehearsing the righteous acts. Don't worry. The Most High, He knows your heart.
It's not that bad. Your body can go days without eating or drinking.
Yeah.
So don't
all you do is just, oh, dang, I forgot, and continue the day out of fasting, all right? But try to set it to where you don't forget. You know, put the little stickers around the house and stuff like that. All right? What else?
That's it.
All right. We're going to give y'all a few seconds online. And if nobody has anything online, we're going to go ahead and end class. I'm going to say it again tomorrow. Sabbath morning class starts at 10. And we're going to be, after that, we're going to be street speaking. After it goes 10 to 2, and then we go street speak down the block. All right?
In the hood near you.
Right.
I sent my mom to class for the body. She just texted me and said, great message.
Say that again?
I sent my mom to class before we, as soon as we started. She just texted me just then saying, great message.
Okay, there you go. There you go. This was a good little basic class, going over a little history. Oh, we might have to just go ahead and go get all of our books and start bringing out all the history and all the information we got, because we got information for days. And then link it. We might have to start doing a few of those classes for brothers and sisters, to spark them, because we've been told so much that this is, you come in, you give your alms, and then you dance and sing and you leave. Like, we didn't know that, dang, wait a minute. This is going to bring me back to how to live, how to think, how to act, how to deal with my emotions, my psychological problems, how to deal with all the issues I got. We didn't know that. So what did we do? We seen all the phony pastors and preachers robbing the congregation. So we was like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying you're not going to give. I'm just saying that what they were doing, they weren't teaching us the truth while we was giving. So you did what to the Bible? You looked at it and you threw it on the counter, right? You was like, I'm not dealing with that because these cats are phony. But think about how. Let's think about this. That's them. That's not this. That's why it says, let God be true, but every man a lie. So long as we stick to this, we're sticking in what's right. All right? So if that's it, well then everybody, let's salute them. Let's say shalom. Shalom. We'll see y'all Monday. Y'all know.
Chill, for real. Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up, who gon' rouse me up?